On behalf of the Dallas Sidekicks, we just want to welcome our newest sponsor, Restoration Roof in North Texas. Welcome to the family. Happy to have you guys here. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another the brand new Sidekicks podcast. My name is Vic Morligwe, number 20 with the Dallas Sidekicks, and I'm joined here today again, or not again, for the first time, with the Vasquez brothers. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
Hey, how's it going? Esteban Vasquez, goalkeeper for the Dallas Sidekicks.
What's going on? Christian Vasquez, defender, number 24.
Boys, it's good to have you here, man. How's it been since the season's been over? What you guys been up to?
Busy. You know, it's picking up with the outdoor soccer season and competitive soccer season right now. It's tryouts, so every day it's something going on, whether it's training or it's dealing with parents and trying to make
coaching,
sure that,
you mean?
Teams are making,
Okay.
Absolutely. So we both run a soccer academy, a goalkeeper director, and we have a few teams over there in Fort Worth.
Oh, snap. What's the name of your club?
Villarreal, North Texas. So we're partnered with Villarreal from La Liga, and we're the official academy here in North Texas.
Really? So is that something like everybody knows? Because there's lots of teams I know with like you have Arsenal FC, you have Man City, whatever, but there's no actual direct affiliation to the clubs in like London. You guys are actually directly affiliated with.
Yeah,
Villarreal.
so I mean, we work with them on a pretty much almost daily basis. So we have either coaching education, or we have players that are going to Spain, coaches that are coming here, and there's always some type of interaction going on with Villarreal.
That's sick.
Habla de Cassandra. Habla de Cassandra.
Yeah, we actually just had a player that got selected to go live in Spain for a year on a scholarship.
Wow.
So yeah, they came over. They picked kind of like an all-star team. They went and picked players from all over the other academies in the country, and then they took all those players to Spain to play in a women's tournament. And then it just so happened to be that one of our players was kind of like the captain, lead role, and they offered her a scholarship to go play over there for a year. So she'll be going in January when she turns 18.
That's so dope. What's her name? Shout her out.
Cassandra, hey, we're super proud of you. Keep working hard, and we want to make sure that you continue to grow and develop and the person and player that we know you can become.
That's sick. I didn't expect that at all. So then is it safe to say that you guys are Villarreal supporters?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
For sure.
100%.
That's definitely changed for sure.
So Villarreal versus Real Madrid. Who are you supporting?
Villarreal, 100%.
Villarreal now. I actually used to be a Madrid fan, so that was kind of tough.
Aha.
But you start seeing the background and what goes into how they work with the club and, you know, just what they put into our club, and just you start building that bond and that connection.
Yeah.
So just by, you know, passion and emotion that you have towards the club, it's automatic with Villarreal, you know. So I would have to say Villarreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Everybody else, yes. And then we have one team from Mexico that we both go for.
Okay.
And that's Chivas de Guadalajara. But I would say that would be mainly our two teams.
Okay.
And I think I can safely say that for him and my other brother as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Okay, I love it. So Champions League, you were going for Real Madrid in the Champions League, I'm guessing.
And this past one?
Yeah, this past one, were you shooting for Real Madrid since Villarreal was out? I would assume.
Yes, just in, you know, the aspect of still have supported them, and nothing against Madrid, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you said, if Villarreal's out, Real Madrid, it would be the next option.
Yeah.
They got as far as they got, but you know, I was happy with who got to the finals. I think it was very well deserved on both sides.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a good game.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm a Man City fan, so we lit. Yeah, for sure. Jack, we've been watching the parade. We've been doing everything. I know it was super exciting for Man City to finally win that Champions League. So, Inter was a good team. I know some people wanted them to win, but it's one of those things.
But not just the Champions League, the treble.
The way that they did it, the fashion that they did it in was outstanding, and I think there was no other way to win their first one than to do it that way. And they set the standard pretty high, but I think it was well worth it, especially for Pep and a lot of the players.
So I think, is it safe to say that Pep is the greatest coach ever? Can we say ever?
I don't know if I would say the greatest coach, just because that comes down into opinion and perspective.
Yeah.
And to me, I like to believe that there's no right or wrong way to play the game. You know,
Yeah.
the same way he has an aspect to play. There's other coaches that play in different styles and they do it in a great way.
Yeah.
I think he is the greatest of that style ever.
Of that. Okay.
And that just goes in every aspect of my opinion, right?
Yeah.
Take it how anybody may, but as an opinion wise, I think different coaches play different styles, and I think a lot of different coaches have not perfected, but have really developed that style greatly in different ways. Mourinho and his style,
Yeah.
you know, and I just think it's one of those things that Pep has really made a big impact in the game of soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was my point. What about you? What do you think about Pep?
He's going down as probably my favorite coach. So he has a big reason to do with why I'm a Man City fan. And so it's just one of those things where it's exciting for him and just for him to be still coaching and people think that he's already the one of the best coaches ever. I think that he's in a good position to make great strides towards that argument. I agree with what he said. I hadn't thought about it that way about the style. He's the greatest of that style, but would I say he's the greatest ever? Not yet, but he's in good stride to do it.
The reason why I mentioned that is because he started off with, or really, really got famous with the tiki taka, right? Barcelona.
Absolutely.
He took that same style to Bayern, was successful, and then now he's brought it to the English league and it's still successful. So for me, it's like if you can do it in three different leagues who are completely they play different styles, except for well, in Spain they played the pretty soccer, the flair. You pass the ball, you move it around. So I think it was a little easier to do it in that league. Not easier per se, but a little easier than the rest. But then to bring it to like a German where it's all about aggression, brute force, and then English league where it's about physicality and athletes, right? I think it's pretty tough. For me, I think he goes down as one of the top coaches in
Without a
history.
doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And just the impact of what he did with those teams, like you said.
Yeah.
He came and it wasn't just like he was trying to instill it. No, he came and he put it in and they were incredibly successful. So it just the impact that he had on the game was incredible. Has on the game was incredible.
I think if he does it at the international level,
Who do
then
you think he's gonna be coaching for?
hey, I hope the U.S. man. Honestly,
No
he could go or Mexico.
No
U.S.
chance.
U.S. or Mexico.
No.
But
It's gonna have to be Spain.
I feel like it's
It
gonna
was
be
gonna
like
have to-
Spain, yeah.
But that's by default, though.
Yeah.
So by default, it's that. But if there's other opportunities, who knows where he'll go?
That would be amazing to see him coach like U.S. Mexico.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Well, I mean, in Mexico, we would love to have him, but it's just.
You're speaking for every man.
We would love to have him personally, and with his style of play, it goes a lot as well with the Hispanic style of play of touching, moving, a little bit of that flair of keeping the ball, and I think it would be good for Mexico. But I mean, I think Pep having any team would be good for that team, right?
True. Very, very true. I agree with that. So, since we're talking about coaching already, you guys coach as well. You just mentioned that. What are your philosophies? We know Pep's style is tiki taka. He likes to move it around. Like, what about you guys? What do you instill to the kids?
So for us, a lot of it is a lot about vision, wanting to play and keep it, creativity. So a lot of our philosophy is being able to instill, structure, organization, of wanting to play out of the back, wanting to keep the ball, creating opportunities of outlets of pass. But it's one of those things that we want to instill a lot of creativity into these kids. I feel a lot of what's going into the youth nowadays is a lot of them are getting put into a box. They feel like coach said I have to do this, I have to do this. Okay, well, if coach says go left, then left is not on, then go right, So there's a lot of things that we want to instill about the philosophy of being able to not only keep possession and break lines and look to go forward and open up wide to be able to space everybody out. Yes, we could go into the details of the soccer, but how can we get that from them? By letting them play with freedom. When they play with freedom, they play with creativity. And when they play with creativity is when you're getting the best out of your player, right? Because that's when their mind's working. That's when they're able to see all their options. They'll be able to think. They're able to not only play reactive, but play proactive. And so that's one of those things that for us, a big philosophy is to make sure that they're learning on every aspect of the game, from creativity to technical ability to tactical ability to vision and field awareness to being good teammates to being good people off the field. So it's something that's very big for us, and you know, the philosophy of the club is that at the end of the day, being realistic, there's going to be a percentage of kids that go professional and a percentage that don't, right? But whether you do or you don't, every single one of those players is going to be part of society, is going to be part of moving on and doing something with their life. So whether it's on the field or off the field, we want to make sure we're developing not only good players, but good people, good kids, good to be able to work. We're a very family-oriented club. So just to be able to bring those morals into them on and off the field, away from soccer. Soccer, it can, you know, it could be put in, but just to be able to grow that connection with our families and our players is just a big part of our philosophy.
That's pretty good.
I think something that's super important to us, and ever since we started with Villarreal 4 years ago, a word that we like to use is like we want to help our players become autonomous, right? We want them to be not just the players that are making the right decisions at the right time under pressure, but we want them to be conscious about what actions and consequences come from each decision so that they can therefore, whether they make the mistake now or get it correct now, the next time they're able to build upon that. And I think if you can set somebody up with that skill, I mean, you can set them up to succeed.
That's awesome. So how do you find the time to develop these kids individually? Because it's tough, right? You guys are just your team coaches. You don't do private lessons, or do you do private lessons?
Yeah, we both.
Oh, so
We
you do
we
both.
do both.
Which your teams?
Right now, I have 2012 girls,
Okay.
and I'm the goalkeeper director. So away from coaching, I'm also working with the goalkeepers, and then I still do privates on the side from there as well.
And you the same as well. Wow. Okay. So which one do you prioritize over the other? If you had to choose one. So for example, let's say your 2012 girls can't have can only have 2 trainings with you a week. Would you rather, or 2 trainings per week each girl? Would you rather they come together as a team and see you twice a week, or would you rather each of them go to see like a private coach?
Me personally, I would like for them to work with the team because the technical stuff, even with the private coach, all that could be worked on the side. Because if you're coming with me 2 days out of the week, what are you doing those other 3 days of the week, right?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So,
they only get 2 trainings per week.
and that's it.
That's it.
Well, I mean, personally, I would want them to come with the team
Okay.
because I would be able to teach them much more about the game than what they could learn about the game sitting at home,
Yeah.
than what they can do at home on their own to develop their own skill, to do even if it's working on the wall, getting extra touches, doing all that, believe it or not. Because I'll put it to you like this. How many other countries in the world have private trainers or do individual one-on-one skill sessions? Not a lot. And how many of these amazing players are coming out of, you know, these tough places that don't have that economy support, right? Or whatever it may be, but they can go, and being able to work with the team, I think, is just much more important because you start learning and developing more of the game than just your technical ability. That's just my opinion of it.
When it
I got you.
when it comes to like coaching versus like the one-on-one for from a coaching sense, it's almost like one is individual and technique and skill work, and the other is almost like team management and like systematic. So it's a little bit bigger. It's like micro versus macro. So, you know, honestly, if you have a team and that's what's important, then, you know, you want to make sure that the team is what's training together and being prioritized. You know, like as opposed to there's group set, like I mean even small group or individual sessions are fantastic, right? Don't get me wrong, like they're incredible for it, but there's a limitation to what you can do when it comes to, you know, in-game situations, and the only way to do that is to be able to get a group of people around and get them to play.
That's a very good point. It's a great point. That's exactly why you guys are coaches. I'm guessing you guys have successful teams. Yes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
We like to believe so. I
Who-
mean, every
oh.
successful team, I mean, has downfalls and has bumps in the road. So, I mean, yeah.
Who would you rather coach, boys or girls, and why? Yeah, I know it's a
Hey man, you can't ask those questions.
that,
Come
man.
on.
No, I know it's a touchy topic.
No,
It's a
no,
touchy
no,
topic,
no, no,
but
no. For sure, for sure.
So I'm gonna give you the political answer first.
okay. But what's the
All
political
right, you
answer?
got to think about what you like more. Boys are all gas, no brakes. They're fast and they're physical. Girls are very mental, so they're playing, they're listening, they're hyper focused almost on what they're doing. So um, I have the pleasure of coaching a boys team and a girls team, and the boys are fun because they're very skilled, but I gotta say it's a little bit easier to work with the girls.
Okay. I tend to
I,
agree with that. What would you
I mean,
think?
yeah, 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 absolutely. I think, don't get me wrong. I think there's obviously pros and cons to both sides. I mean, the boys are always fun and exciting. They're always ready to go and get after it, um, with the speed and the intensity and ready to go. And the girls are just very technical and, like Christian said, very mental. So they both bring out different things of the game. The boys do the same thing. It's just, you know, somehow the girls they their minds develop a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So it depends. So it depends what age group. Sometimes the girls start understanding the game a little bit faster, but the boys are boom. So it's exciting on both sides.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if I can really pick one because there's pros and cons. I enjoy coaching the girls. I love it with a passion. And the boys, I love coaching boys as well with a passion. So it's hard for me to say.
I got you.
You gonna get me in trouble?
I get.
You gonna get me in trouble?
No, I think those are very good answers, though. I don't
No,
think
and
you guys.
then yeah,
Yeah.
completely based on what he said. I completely agree with what he said as well. And that's just it's what it is.
I'm sure. I'm
they're
sure the
both
kids.
they're both fun. They both got their goods and their
Yeah.
cons, and it's what it is.
I'm sure the kids can be a handful, especially during season. And you guys, as professional athletes, how do you balance that? Like having your teams. I know you have team practices every day, but you also have your practices every day. You have games on the weekends, but you also have your games that you're playing on the weekends. So how do you balance the life of being a coach and a professional athlete?
So during season it gets tough. So for us, my brother and I also work at a private school as coaches as well.
So you guys are busy.
Yeah, yeah, crazy busy. And so on top of working at the academy, we also work at the private school. So Christian, my man here, is the head coach for the high school boys team, and I'm his assistant.
Uh-huh.
And then I work with the middle school boys team as their head coach, and then Coach Christian will help me out and so forth. And so we work there. And so during season it gets tough because we live far, so we live maybe an hour away from training or so, maybe plus with traffic. So, we're up by 6 a.m. going to training, starting at 8, getting out by 10, 10:30. Having time to go home and get your food, get your stuff together to go to work, and then by 1:30, 2 o'clock, we got to be back. We got to be at the school. We got to do the middle school, then we got to train the high school, and by the time we're done with the high school, it's already about 5:30. Our trainings with the club start at 6, 6:30. So we pretty much just stay there and we're on our feet all day working, but the good thing is we're doing what we love, right?
Yeah.
And so we're going from a 5:30 training from the school into our academy training, select trainings, and we'll be there from 6 to about 9, 9:30, and then talking with the parents and cleaning up and everything. We're not getting out till maybe 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. And so during season, it gets tough, it gets difficult. But the good thing is we get to surround ourselves by doing what we love. We get to play professionally, which is a blessing. We get to wake up every morning and do what we love, and then we get to go work with kids and in the game that we love and keep developing our aspect as coaches and our vision in the game. So I think it's good. It gets tough coaching with the weekends because then we have to travel and do all that. So the good thing is, as a club and as brothers running the whole, helping run the club and stuff, there's a lot of support. So if we're out of town, then we'll have maybe other coaches come and help and cover and so forth. But I think it's incredibly important to have your support system to be able to make this all work.
That's the community you were talking about with Villarreal.
Yeah, we're incredibly close, and we're in contact with all of our coaches all the time. We're in each other's trainings, and it's just a very good connection that anytime it's okay, well, we need help here, we need help here. We're trying to work with each other's schedule, even with the coaches, to make sure we're covering practices, we're covering trainings. So it helps us, allow us to still play professionally, coach with the school, and be able to work with the club. So it's an incredibly busy time during season.
Yeah.
But it's okay. This is what we live for.
Okay. So I'm same schedule, right?
Yeah, we're pretty similar. On the weekends we try to avoid as many conflicts as possible. So we're when we're looking at the schedule and whenever we have our Sidekick schedule, we try to plan our tournaments around our travel trips so that we can be in town. And whenever, if we are in a tournament, we try to make sure that they schedule us a game. If we play at night on Saturday, they schedule us games in the morning and stuff like that. And we try to avoid conflict as much as possible. Sometimes it's hard not to, but we try to do so. And fortunately for us, we talked about everybody being supportive. I mean, somehow, some way, they still find a way to make it to our games too. So we have a lot of Villarreal. You guys will see the yellow and the blue, and the girls going crazy because they're coming straight from a soccer game and stuff like that. So we're really appreciative of all the support of that we can get from them.
That's dope, man. Do you guys hang out a lot, like outside of? Do you have time to like hang out outside of soccer, like playing
With each other or
with each other? I
I was
mean,
gonna say,
whoever.
nah, I really spent too much time with him. I really don't know.
So what are
Nah.
what are like your hobbies and interests outside of soccer? Because you got a full schedule every day. Like, what else do you guys do?
Play more soccer.
Soccer,
Nah,
soccer,
I'm
soccer.
just kidding. No.
My
no,
guy's a
I'm
good
just
bowler.
I was
Bowling?
gonna
He's a
say,
good bowler.
bowling.
Can you
That's
really
my
bowl?
thing. Man, oh
We need a
man.
bowl. We
Oh,
need a bowl
boy,
because
look, I'm
I
telling you.
consider myself a pretty good bowler
Hey,
too.
I was thinking, look, Oscar Romero can bowl too.
Can he?
Yes.
They're good, bro.
Isa Romero can also bowl.
Isai can bowl?
Yes.
Baby
Hey,
Isai.
man, and there's a few of us that can bowl on a team. We mess around. Hey, on top of having a little professional soccer team, we make a little bowling team.
Sidekicks bowling team.
True.
Hey, I'm the only one that throws crooked, bro.
Cricket, like
Oh,
curve.
hey.
No, crooked, like literally into the
What is
gutter.
So we have straight bowlers, we have the
Crooked, but
curves,
with
and then
the
we have
bumpers,
cricket.
so it goes
Crooked,
like
yeah.
this.
Opposite direction.
So you can't bowl.
I'm not that good. No, not compared to them. No,
No. Okay, so we need to do like a bowling. Get everybody kind
Oh, an event, a little bowling tournament, a little something, and get
Something.
a little team bonding. Make sure we're building up, so that way we're staying connected on and off the field as well. As a team.
Hey, y'all heard
Keep
it here
building and
first.
growing.
Sidekicks bowling event.
of, yeah.
Y'all heard it here
We
first.
need main event sponsor. Reach out and sponsor this whole event. Right. Can we do that?
Yeah, Vic said he got the whole hookup for the shirts. Let us know. We'll go up to the Tianguis, the Pulga. We'll figure it out. No worries.
Okay, so you like bowling.
I do like
What about
bowling.
you? What are the interests
Oh
you have
man.
outside of soccer?
I mean, like he said, it's mostly soccer. It's hard to suddenly even think about. I like to. We've always liked movies. So when we were younger, we would go to the movies a lot. That was kind of like whenever we were doing something away from soccer, we'd watch a movie together. It was us and our older brother Gio.
Yeah.
So we would go to the movies and what really anything that would be like a live event, concerts. Concerts for us is just probably one of highlight experiences that we get to go to and stuff like that. So, other than that,
Okay.
sleep.
What about sleep? What about these other sports outside of soccer? You guys
Oh,
watch basketball?
Yeah, absolutely.
You keeping up with the
I'm a big sports
NBA
guy.
finals right now?
Well, yeah, it actually just ended on Monday. I'm sorry. When was it? I think it was on Monday. It just ended with
Denver taking it.
Denver taking it with 4-1 series. It was good. I'm happy for Denver at the end of the day.
You don't seem very happy right now, bro.
No, don't get me wrong.
I feel like you're saying what
Nah,
people
nah,
want to
nah,
hear.
nah,
when
nah,
you-
nah,
That
it's
sounds like
cool.
somebody that
Look,
wanted
look.
Miami to win.
Hey, I know.
Hold on. Hear me out. Check me out. So look.
I'm happy for Denver.
Nah.
You know,
Look, because neither one of them are even my teams. My team, okay, we made a run. I'm a Kings fan, Sacramento Kings fan. We made a
Okay.
run in the playoffs. Cool. But I'm happy for Denver because they've never won a championship to my understanding, right? All right, first championship. And Miami's already had a few. But I do like Jimmy Butler as well.
Okay.
And so don't get me wrong, it could have went either way. But Denver, I think, just had a great series overall, just had a good season. Just from the aspect of working as a team, it was they were hard to beat. And so I'm a big basketball guy. I like football. You know, we're Cowboys fans. I'm a Cowboys fan. But, Stars, baseball, it's okay.
So Dallas Sidekicks, Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Mavericks,
Stars, Mavs.
Dallas Stars,
I'm a supporter of the
and
Mavericks,
then
but I'm
Sacramento
a Kings
Kings.
fan. See, I like how you put all the Dallas teams first.
I'm just
Oh.
saying.
What about you though? What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Ah,
Are you a Dallas teams or not?
I don't really, to be honest, I don't really like watch other sports. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know. I just don't watch other sports. I watch soccer.
I will never forget what happened in the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl time when we were in the locker room. Oh man, we in the locker room. I don't know if you remember. We're in the locker room. We're chilling. And I think it was after practice. We're changing, and everybody's doing their thing right. And next thing you know, Vic walks up. He's trying to put together a team thing. Great,
Yeah, we're trying to put
phenomenal,
together a
great.
team
Hey
event.
guys, we're gonna do this weekend. Everybody's like, all right, cool. He's like, when y'all want to do it? Sunday? And everybody just tripping. And he just
It was like Super Bowl. It was
nobody.
Super Bowl.
What's up? We're gonna watch the Super Bowl together. He was like, "Oh, it's the Super Bowl this Sunday." Hey, Vic, I don't watch sports. Oh, Vic, what? You don't even have to watch it, but I know you got to know what the
You
Super
gotta
Bowl
know
is.
what's going on, right? I know.
And it was just a funny. It just everybody. It was a funny time.
Yeah, that's good times. Good times. We're gonna have more of that this season, no? This coming season.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have a lot more of that for sure.
So, any final thoughts? Anything you guys want to tell the people out there about like anything that's going on? You can tell them about the camp. You can tell them about the season. How you feel about next season? Can we get some final thoughts from you guys before we end this?
Yeah, I mean, more than anything, I'd like to invite everybody else to the rest of the camps that we have for the rest of the summer. We got a camp going on right now. We have, a good amount of kids coming out. We got some of us coaching, some of us players for the Sidekicks coaching it. So it's been a really good time, and we have one in July and one in August. So make sure that you guys get signed up.
And the kids actually get to play with you guys when you're coaching it. So that's
Yeah. And just for me, it's something that is as simple as whether you're supporting the Sidekicks, whether you're playing, whether you're out doing anything in your job, your career, it could be whatever. Just whether you're competing in your career, competing in playing, you're competing in anything, do not forget to enjoy where you're at in the moment, enjoy what you're doing. Don't forget why you started, and don't forget where you come from. Just make sure you guys are always enjoying what you guys do. At the end of the day, you're the one living your life, so make sure it's your best life.
Love it. Wow. I mean, we got to end on that. Of course, boys. This is dope, man. I'm glad you guys came out. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Dallas Sidekicks Sport podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know who else you want to see on the show. Let us know what else you want us to talk about. I mean, we're happy to do it. Right? We enjoy this. It's a good time.
Absolutely.
So we'll see you guys on the next one.